Hi guys, so you're joining me in the kitchen workshop again, and today I want to show you the Albabird, which is the most recent build that I've just done. Apologies, the lighting is a bit bad because the sun is just coming in through the skylight behind me. So anyway, what plane did I compare this to? Because we always compare to something when we're building a plane, and it was the mini Talon. So the reason I had a mini Talon is that it's the industry standard and the funny farm favourite for for doing long range, doing a bit of hedge bashing and those kinds of things. I'm gonna let my dog out because he's howling. Good boy. Yeah, long range, hedge bashing, all those types of things that the mini Talon is great for, and can't deny the mini Talon is a fantastic flying plane, especially when you consider the money that it can cost to build one. They can be built really cheap. So the Albabird, it cost me a little bit more. I bought it as a PNP directly from Finwing, and of course with postage at the moment, with everything that's going on and customs etc. as well. I wanted the delivery to be on in a couple of days, and it cost me a little bit more than I wanted to spend on a plane. So yeah, it's probably cost me like twice as much as a mini Talon really, whenever you sort of lay everything down. But regardless, so let's talk about the mini Talon first. Pros and cons of that. So the mini Talon's a real smooth flyer. We know that it does fantastic long range. It's single motor. You can get a big prop on the back of it, and obviously a bigger battery. So yeah, it's always going to be a little bit more efficient than what the Albabird's going to be. Okay, the downsides of having a single pusher prop on the back, the mini Talon, is noisy. It's not a very noisy plane, all things considered, but it's certainly a lot noisier than what this is. So the Alba is, of course, twin motor, so it's very quiet. You get to the end of the field and pretty much can't hear it anymore. It actually makes quite a nice sound. It doesn't make that horrible like droning sound that you do get from a pusher prop model. It's really like great and easy to work on, and I'll show you inside in a moment. And it's very easy to disassemble. So if we have a little look, I shall just quickly pop you inside. So this is a Vector build, of course. So as you can imagine, compared to like your typical iNav build, there's a lot more wiring and extensions involved with doing a Vector build. However, I do really like it. It's easy to swap out if you want to change to another plane or do something like that as you fancy. So in here we've got the Vector, we've got a little back for doing the servos, and we've got a little Arduino Nano for doing the telemetry back to the Crossfire. We've got Crossfire out in the wing here, and then we've got the Wave 5.8 in the other wing, so we've got a Singularity right on the end. And then if we look inside here, of course we've got my little temporary setup here for FPV, which is the Nano Toothless, which is okay, and of course the GoPro, which I'm holding in my hand, slots into that. And then here, if I just carefully, you notice how hard it is to lift this up. We've got our speed sensor and our little current sensor in there. Now, I'm going to highlight the fact that this is quite hard to lift up, because yesterday on one of my flights, after doing a lot of acrobatic stuff, I actually landed with this screw like that. And I knew when I was flying, it seemed like it was loose, and it was doing this the whole time. And yeah, it didn't come off, so really lucky. GPS, of course, on the top, as you can probably tell, and yeah, cool. Now, what I can show you as well, because if you notice underneath, we've got a mini Talon wing. Let me just pop the camera back up here. Didn't want to drop you. So if we just quickly pull this wing off, show you how nice and easy it is to come off as well. Taking the time. So one screw, give it a bit of a twist and a pull. Now, the the reason that it's obviously quite sticky in there is that you've got this lovely wing connector, which actually does a really good job of holding the wing in as well. And I've probably just put a couple of dents in my nice mini talon wing. So a little bit of a comparison on wing area. So that is your Alba versus your mini talon, and of course the mini talon is a 1300 span, and this is a 1200, so of course it is going to be a little bit bigger. But it's actually the cord is actually deeper on the mini talon as well. So I didn't realise that at first, but of course it's good to do this little comparison. And what that's allowed me to do is do some sort of rough numbers to help you guys, you know, if you're thinking about building, you know, an Albabird as well, and you already have a mini talon. So the wing area, roughly, I think I've got the numbers up here. I was just scribbling these down a moment ago. So in square inches, the mini talon is about 371, and the Alba is about 312 square inches, roughly. So what does that translate to in terms of battery size? Well, the mini talon, you can run like a 10,400, which is two 5200s in the nose, and that will take you to about like 1.8 to 2 kilos all up, depending on what flight gear that you have. So if we take that wing area, that's about 10,400 with the 371 square inch span, square inch area, and that would convert to about 756 grams of battery for the Alba, or like an 8,500 mAh, something like that. So at the moment I'm running 5200s, but I'll definitely try an 8,000 mAh in here as well, but because it'll definitely take it, you know, there's plenty of space. So yeah, that's how it kind of converts. If you want to talk about lithium ion packs, I think, you know, the biggest one that you can get into a mini talon is like a 4S 4P or a 6S 3P, which is like your I guess like 800 to 900 gram battery, and then if you take that down to the Alba, that would be like your 6S 2P, which would be quite light, and or like a 4S 3P, which yeah, you know, obviously the same weight. They would be a little bit under the weight that you could potentially have, but of course, you know, you'll get plenty of flight time out of that. So at the moment, I've flown this like once long range with a 5200 pack, all really easy on the throttle and that. So it was about a 20-mile round trip, and yeah, it done it with ease. I can't remember how many minutes in it actually was. I'll check that and you'll see it above. And yeah, it was really nice. But I say the real benefit of this plane is how quiet and stealthy you can be. So anyway, I'll stop talking now, and here's some footage of the little long range cruise that I took, and also some of the acrobatic, well, not acrobatic, but the sort of proximity flying that you can do with the Alba, because one of the other positives that I forgot to mention is that it's actually really good at like slow speed maneuvers as well. Okay, it's not as smooth as the mini talon, but it can certainly turn a lot tighter with a lot less tendency to stall. So yeah, fantastic. Cheers, guys.